Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about why I'm extremely bullish on both silver and silver mining stocks in 2020 and beyond. Let's get straight into it. As always, we'll go over each topic that we're going to be discussing, then we'll dive into each one individually. To kick it off, we will go over this write-up that I made for you guys, talking about why I'm bullish on silver, with a few of my key thoughts there, and why silver miners. I want to keep this short and sweet for you guys, but of course we do have to establish a fundamental understanding of why silver, why now. After that, we'll go on to talk about a company that I'm super excited to share with you guys. I think this is a very cool play on silver. All right, it's called Calanex Mines, and this isn't a silver stock. It's not a silver mining stock either, but it's a very cool play on silver in the sense that these guys search and discover new silver rich areas, and not only silver but precious metals as a whole. So this is a very cool play and unique play at that in the precious metals sector as a whole. All right, so it's called Calanex Mines. Once again, we'll take a look at their charts. The charts from a technical perspective are looking promising. Give you guys a hint as to why I'm extremely bullish personally on this stock right off the bat. It has a tiny market cap. Bullish on silver, the stock has a small market cap. It's a unique play within this sector. It's looking very promising to me. And when I say tiny, I'm talking $30 million market cap. All right, you guys know I'm a sucker for a tiny market cap, because it usually means if the company has solid fundamentals, which Calanex does in my opinion, the upside is, there's so much potential upside because it takes a lot less capital inflow to send the share price up significantly. All right, so we'll take a look at Calanex from a technical perspective. We'll also be taking a look at their website. All right, so again, a small market cap doesn't matter unless the company's fundamentals are great. And let me tell you guys, I've been researching these guys for the past couple of days, and I mean, they're solid. You guys know I'm a sucker for a good website as well, not only because brand is so important in 2020, but because it shows care for your product. It shows that they're putting care into their product, not only for their investors, but for their buyers. All right, and that's just good business practice. All right, so we'll take a look at their website. We'll go over their investors tab, which is honestly way more important than anything else on the website. That's what we want to look at specifically. So we'll take a look down here. We'll go over some of their investor presentation, and yeah, I'm excited to share this company with you guys. It's a very cool play in my opinion. Once again, we'll also be taking a look at the gold-silver ratio. This goes along with my fundamental bullishness on silver that we'll go over in the write-up. And I just want to show you guys this because this is one of the factors that makes me personally significantly even more bullish on silver than gold right now. All right, so as always, before we do get into it, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let's get into it with this write-up. All right, so the primary reason that I've been so bullish on silver for the past few months is because the government has been printing trillions of dollars. The more the government prints, the more deflated and worthless the dollar ultimately becomes. I believe this is the main reason both silver and gold have been doing so well recently, and I believe this trend will continue. Silver and gold are scarce. They're God's money. People don't want a depreciating asset in the dollar. They want a safe haven asset that will retain and grow their wealth like silver. 2, the above ground supply of silver is on the decline, while the demand for silver in revolutionary industries like electric vehicles and solar power is only in the beginning. From a very basic supply and demand perspective, this is extremely promising for silver. So of course, you guys know companies like Tesla, they don't only make cars. Silver isn't only used in their cars. It's used in solar panels. It's used in every solar company's solar panels, and just revolutionary industries like that. Again, on this channel, you guys know we love revolutionary industries, and silver is another reason I like silver so much over gold even, is because it has such practical use in revolutionary industries, but it's a legacy asset as well. And I mean, it's just a precious metal. It's such a good store of value. It's proven itself as a store of value over time when the dollar's been deflated. All right. So number 3, last but not least for the fundamental argument, the gold to silver ratio, which again, we'll look at right after this before talking silver miners. The gold to silver ratio, which we'll get into, is historically high right now. This means that the price of silver is currently undervalued compared to the price of gold. This, combined with the 2 reasons I mentioned above, make me significantly more bullish on silver than gold at this point in time. All right, so again, we'll go to silver miners right after we take a look at this quickly. Silver gold ratio. The gold silver ratio is the current price of an ounce of gold divided by the current price of an ounce of silver. It's a simple numerical calculation that shows how many multiples gold is trading relative to the price of silver, a common indicator used by precious metal investors worldwide. So you can see here, this is just recently. Let's actually go to, this is only the past 3 months. So let's actually go to all time that dates back, I believe, 20 years. So yeah, we're going all the way back to 2020 years. And in the 21st century, I looked this up, it's not on here, but I know this just because I just recently studied this. The average gold to silver ratio is 74. All right, so it went to an all-time high. You can see here in March. I remember this. This is when I initially got extremely bullish on silver because the gold silver ratio was at 120. It's currently floating around 81, so it's corrected significantly since then. I've definitely ate good on the way up there. But I still think there's so much potential here. Just historically in the 21st century alone, the average gold to silver ratio was 74. That is very skewed by highs like this, of course, but over the past like century, if you go way back, even beyond where this chart goes to, I think the average, I'm pretty positive I should say that the average gold to silver ratio is 15. All right, so even if we get to 30, twice 15, I mean, that still gives us so much room to grow. That gives us a 2x in silver. And also on the topic of just looking at silver charts, you guys, gold is now at an all-time high. All right, silver could still 2x from where it's at right now, even after this previous rally, and it wouldn't even be at its all-time high yet. So silver could still 2x and not even be at its all-time high. And I always look at all-time highs, which again we'll look at in Calanex as well. Always look at all-time highs, know what a company, know what a stock, know what an asset you're investing in is capable of based on their all-time high, along with the fundamental factors. All right, so that's important there. Again, you guys, the gold silver ratio is still historically high, and that does make me still believe, along with the fact that again, they're being used in EVs and commodity in solar, and it's just a useful commodity as a base metal, not only store value metal. That makes me very bullish on silver right now. All right, so that said, let's go on to talk about Calanex. You guys know the deal. We will talk fundamentals after we get into some of the technicals. All right. So again, you guys, I've been studying this company for the past couple of days, and let me tell you, this is a cool company. This is, I was actually a fan of their CEO, Max Porterfield, prior to even looking into this company. I saw a few interviews with him that I'll actually link down below if you guys want to know who the CEO is. You guys know I always recommend looking at companies websites, looking at their investor tab, because that's what they make it for. And also look at their CEO, look at their team, go watch interviews with the CEO. I've done that to many of the companies that I'm very long-term bullish on. So go look at their CEO, understand who you're betting on. And again, you guys, this is if you guys know my previous bets, you guys know I love, once again, small market caps and the asymmetric risk those provide. So again, we'll get into that once we look at the technicals, but let's take a look here. So they have a cool investor presentation. Again, I'll link their website down below as well if you guys want to go check this out for yourself. Their little video on the homepage is very cool as well. I watched that a couple times over. So let's click to explore. Exploring Canada's most prolific base and precious metals districts. And you guys also remember, I come from a design background, and this logo's sick. The artwork on here is super sick. So props to whoever did their artwork. Let's move on here. Forward-looking information. We're not going to go through all that. This is what's important. Our mission: to discover and develop base and precious metal-rich deposits within established Canadian mining districts. All right. So that's cool. This company is Canadian based. A lot of mines and a lot of these companies that aren't Calanex are based. A lot of mines, which I typically stay away from. I don't want to be too harsh here, but offshore mines, like mines in Africa, mines in places where it's a little sketchier. The government, I mean, there's more legal hoops you have to jump through. The governments are a little shakier. Those kind of sketch me out. Even if they do find a lot of precious metals, even if they do get metals and the financials may be good, those sketch me out. So I like how this company is solely based in Canada. They've been around for a long time. It's a legacy company. And again, I like North American companies. I'm just biased that way. All right. So to discover and develop base and precious metal rich deposits. All right. So that's cool. Again, you guys, not a silver miner, but silver miners can't find any silver without silver rich deposits. So we're not going to look at this either. Volcanogenic massive sulphide deposits. So these guys work around volcanoes. That's how they detect these deposits. And another reason I think this company is cool is just because I think this process itself is very cool. I'm kind of nerding out about this. And this is something I've been nerding out about lately. As many of you guys know, I do live on the big island of Hawaii, and I literally live on a volcano. This mountain, or this island, is just one big volcano. Okay. So I think this is cool. I think the process they use is cool. And again, I was kind of geeking out over this as I was looking into it. But this is cool. Again, you guys, don't want to get too deep into this. Don't want to bore you guys with this. But I do highly recommend you guys go check this out for yourself. One more thing I think is very great, which we'll scroll down here. So again, market cap 31.2 million, you guys. Again, that's even smaller than some of the other stocks that we've talked about in the past. Small market cap, you guys. It does not take much capital inflow to send this thing to the moon, which again, we will look at in the technicals. But this right here is what's very important. So ownership breakdown. Obviously, it helps that it's more family owned because the market cap is small, but that's huge. Okay, so 51% retail, 21% institution and family offices. I like that, and 28% management and associates. So 28% for your management and your associates to own that of your market cap is very impressive, and that's pretty rare. All right, and I like that because the people who are actually working to build this company are incentivized for it to do well because they own shares, and that's exactly how I believe it should be. If I made a company, I would want that same thing for myself and my staff, because you're financially incentivized for your company to do well. So I really like the fact that almost 30% of this entire company is owned by management and associates, which is just very fundamentally good. And again, that wouldn't matter as much if I wasn't a fan of the CEO, but again, you guys go judge that for yourself. Once again, I'll link a few interviews with Max Porterfield down below. Cool dude. All right, so that said, that is Calanex. Once again, you guys, this site is sick. Go check it out for yourself. Even the logo is cool, which again, as coming from a design background, I really respect things like that. And again, brand matters so much in 2020 to be. I've been saying for a long time, I don't completely agree with it, but in this case, the brand is cool and the fundamentals of the company are cool, are great as well. All right, so Calanex, I mean, you guys know what we're looking at right here. Bull flag on the daily candles dating back from mid-July when it broke out, along with a lot of the rest of silver. So you can see Calanex went from 80 cents to a high of almost $3. So you saw a cool like almost 3.54x there, which is very impressive. But again, very small market cap. That's what can happen when you see companies with small market caps like this and promising fundamentals. So it took off. You guys know that, know the deal. We've seen this happen so many times. You see the little bubble, you see the bubble pop, capitulation. It's still showing signs of strength because it's following this baseline and not breaking below this line of support. This is creating a bull flag. You got the flag pull, and then you got the flag right here. Typically at the end of a bull flag, historically bullish pattern, obviously by the name, you break out at the tip. And a lot of time it doesn't happen around the tip. A lot of times it can happen a lot sooner. So we'll see if Calanex is able to break out of this bull flag on a short-term time horizon. But again, because I'm so bullish on silver fundamentally right now, I think that there's no reason that Calanex couldn't break out to the upside. Again, even considering it's such a small stock, you guys. So sitting at even $2, that's very satisfying to look at the time of recording this. So yeah. On a short-term time frame, we'll see if it breaks out of the bull flag. Got to keep an eye on that one. Let's go to the all-time. Again, you guys, look at previous highs, look at historic highs to know what this stock is capable of. So you can see Calanex IPO'd back in 2011, or at least that's where this chart dates back to. But it's reached the highs. It's spent a lot of time. I think this is a safe area. It spent some time around here, around here, around here. Most recently in 2016 when silver was doing very well, all precious metals commodities were doing well. It was at about $5. So I think $5 is a pretty safe bet if Calanex does choose to rally to the upside. And again, you guys, if Calanex were to double, it would only bring it to a $60 million valuation, which is still so small in the grand scheme of things. All right, so I do see upside in Calanex. Keep in mind, you guys, that Calanex is Calanex is an OTC stock. All right, so you can't just go on Robinhood and buy it. You have to buy it through a brokerage that sells over-the-counter stocks. All right, so for all the OTC stocks I buy, I personally use TD Ameritrade. You guys can use that if you want, but literally any brokerage that can sell you OTC stocks, you can check out Calanex. All right, I also want to mention to you guys that this is a sponsored video. If you guys have been with me for a long time, you know that I literally almost never do sponsored videos. And again, when Calanex reached out, and I was already a fan of the CEO, I knew who the CEO was. It made perfect sense to me. It was an easy yes. And again, you guys, I would never know this, guys. I would never recommend to you guys a company or talk to you guys about a company that I didn't think was solid. And again, I think Calanex is solid. I have been following them for a while, and I was a fan of the CEO, so it was an easy yes. And again, you guys, always support the guys who are supporting the Waves family. Always support the guys who are supporting the journey. So I'd really appreciate it if you went and checked out Calanex. Again, if you do, I'm not telling you what to do by any means, but I'm just telling you what I think is cool about this company. And again, I do recommend you guys, truly recommend you guys go check this out for yourself. So again, if you do check them out, not telling you to do so or not, but if you do, tell them the Waves family sent you. They'll appreciate it. And again, you guys, we appreciate the sponsors and the people who make the Waves family possible. All right, so I appreciate you guys. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Calanex. Let me know what you think about the silver space as a whole, because as you guys know, at this point, I'm extremely bullish on silver right now. Let me know what silver stocks you're interested in. Let me know what precious metals you're interested in right now. If it's not gold or silver, if it's things like zinc, other commodities like copper and stuff, let me know in the comments down below. So I'll talk to you guys downstairs. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.